Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher, and appreciate you guys swinging by the channel and spending some of your day with me. Today, guys, I'm going to talk to you about how to fade a lure. In other words, how to change the color of a lure where it's faded out from the factory color. I do this to all my baits. It's like I very seldom fish a factory color lure because once you learn how to fade these baits out, guys, it'll double your strikes. The baits look so much more natural in the water, so much more appealing to the fish. So I'm going to give you guys my technique for fading those baits and sort of explain to you guys why this works pretty good in today's video. Also, a quick reminder, guys, before we get started, we do have my Fish the Moment lake map breakdowns, the winter maps up on the fishthemoment.com website right now. These are maps that have taken me 5 years to build for fishthemoment.com. They are great resources, guys, to get some good fishing places on your favorite lake or a lake you've never been to before. Gives you GPS waypoints you can download straight to your electronic unit for every season of the year, tips and advice on how to fish those places. And I did that so you could duplicate them. Once you find some good spots that I can direct you to, you can duplicate them around the lake on your own. So I'll put the Fish the Moment lake map breakdown link in the description for our winter breakdowns if you guys would like to check those out. And also, guys, thank you very much for everybody that's been taking advantage of the Black Friday sale Tackle Warehouse has by using my link that's in the video description. 25% off on a bunch of stuff right now. If you guys would like to order something through Tackle Warehouse, using that link's a good way to help the channel out. So thank you very much for that. Okay, guys, I actually learned this years ago from David Fritz, crankbait guru David Fritz, back when he was fishing the pose, those wooden pose lures a lot, and he was dominating everything. And one of the things that Fritz did, which I'm going to talk about today, is when he got a pose crankbait out of the box, he would hang it on his rear view mirror in his truck, and he'd leave it there for like a month. And the sunlight baking down through that window would fade the color of these chartreuse baits out. So what it would do, this is a good example I'm talking about. Here is a factory. This is the Megabass Super Z2 from the factory. Here's a Rebel that's been faded out. I've had this thing in the sun for forever, but you can see the difference in the coloration of the two chartreuses being in the sun and being straight from the package here, the difference with it. Now, if you're a bass, say for example, which one's more appealing to you? Which one looks a little bit more natural? Obviously, the one that's been faded out a little bit more. This is what I do with a lot of my hard baits. I don't care if it's a jerk bait, if it's a topwater lure, if it's whatever. If you have a lure that is a brighter color lure, like a chartreuse or a pearl or a white, perch pattern, something like that, guys, hang them, or you don't have to hang them in your rearview mirror, but put them out in the sun. And you don't want to put them out in the sun to where you get so much heat on it that it warps the plastic on it, but put it just in the bright sun, because all you're after is the UV rays with that. Those UV rays will change the color of a bait in a way that you cannot duplicate it any other way. Now, there is a faster method to do this, but it's not quite as effective, but it will still work. You can take, actually I did a video on this, you can take like a kitchen Brillo pad like this, and you can do the same thing by roughing it up, taking all the initial, coat off of there, just rough it up, it'll dull the finish down. I don't care if it's a metallic bait or a clear bait or a flat one like this, these kitchen Brillo pads will do the same thing. It'll dull it down a little bit. But even though it dulls it down, it doesn't create the same effect as the sunlight does. There's something about the UV rays that it creates a different look than the Brillo pad does. The Brillo pad is serviceable. And if you want like a quick fix to, make this modification without having to hang baits up in the sun for a month, try the Brillo pad with that. But the thing that I like about this, there's something about the appeal that it has to the bass. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those mysteries of fishing. But I don't like to use any type of a factory color or presentation out of the box. If I have a soft plastic lure like a plastic worm or creature bait, I rough it up and bring that salt to the surface to make it look, the color looks different. And anytime that I'm fishing a jerk bait or crankbait or topwater, whatever, I always, do something like with a Brillo pad to knock that new looking finish off. That's why I think about it. Think about the lures that you've had for a long time. Everybody has like their old favorite crankbait or topwater lure plug they've caught a bunch of fish on. Most of the time it's beat to heck. There's teeth marks all over it. Maybe it's missing some paint here and there. It's imperfect. And you don't want, and it's hard, the factory can't really do this, but you don't want like a perfect looking color like that. You want to mess it up just a little bit. And it's not going to hurt at all. I can promise you, if you buy a $25 jerkbait or crankbait and you say, Randy, I'm not going to, put Brillo pads on the side of the $25 bait, it's not going to hurt it at all. It's going to do nothing but help you. And it's not going to, if you do it right, it's not going to remove the paint. It's not going to chip it. It's just going to dull that finish a little bit. And I guess it's the way that the light reflects on it, or the water visibility in correlation with the light intensity, not really sure. But I do know that it gets a lot more bites. So anyway, guys, try it out. Get your Brillo pad or get some of your favorite baits and put them out in the sun for just like a month. Turn them over every other day or something like that. Give them a try, and I can promise you, you'll notice a difference in how many fish you catch with that. So hope it helps out. We'll talk later.